Hi friends, this is Calpo in Piso. Be cut. My brain is creating thoughts. Well, this Memorial Day weekend, 24th of May 2014. Well, yesterday, Friday, there was a shooter on campus. Now, ask yourself, why is all this crazy stuff happening in the United States of America? And of course, as I have been pointing out ad nauseam, it is ChristPsychosis. This schizophrenia-like neurological disorder that is plaguing actually the whole humanity for 1700 years, but the United States since the ChristPsychosis infected imbeciles in the Mayflower came to America in the 1600s. And of course, it's all related to ChristPsychosis, the acceptance, the belief that a resurrected zombie is saved with blood. And they are anti-sex, imbeciles, theotarded, immoral, psychopath, sadomasochistic, full of depression, and all kind of neurological disorders. That spreads in churches all over the country. United States is a ChristPsychosis infected nation. And of course, people get psychotic, crazy, going to church all the time in families, and the parents and the parents and the parents after them, they all get infected with this neurological disorder that nobody seems to see, including sane, in other words, mentally healthy, scientists, atheists. They don't see it. Okay. And I will explain why. Even infected neurologists, so-called psychologists, have no idea. Mental illness. Anybody can buy guns in this country. Anyone. Anyway, there's no, thanks to the NRA, ChristPsychosis infected imbeciles. You have Judge Scalia, Supreme Court that believe in demons, demon possession. You have churches everywhere. You have the Mormon schools, Brigham Young University, all this, and they give this psychotic morality, infecting the brain of everybody since they're little kids. And this, of course, you can see now the results, but they don't connect believing God, wife of Eva, imaginary friends of four irrational beliefs, found in all neurological disorders and also in schizophrenia, as psychosis, as a mental illness, as a neurological disorder. And it's found in all religions, because all religions have wife of Eva, imaginary friends of four irrational beliefs, acceptance. And it's all over the place. It's so obvious and nobody seems to see it. I pointed out to you so you could, or so you can, see the psychosis in all this. Keep in mind, we're in the 21st century, not the 12th.
Barbara, California's shooting spree is being described as mentally disturbed and possibly bent on retribution. Right now, Pleasure is believed to be the gunman. Clinical and forensic psychologist Jeff Gardier is back with me. Jeff, we don't know too much about the alleged shooter, but he did record.
It's the day of retribution. The day in which I will have my revenge against humanity.
ChristPsychotic.
Just based on it telling you in terms of
listen to this imbecile.
Mind, he seems like he's trying to control what's going on. What does it tell you?
What we've seen in the classic profile. Someone has anger, rage, wants revenge, blames society for every ill that they have, isolate themselves.
He gets it in churches.
Feeling so insignificant by randomly taking out people's lives, hell-bent on destruction.
Where do you get God at?
Destruction, because you know that he's not coming back from this thing.
Yeah, there's been help he could have gotten, or was this so ingrained psychologically that once he committed, he was in?
Well, obviously mentally ill. We don't know whether it fits the level of insanity by law, not
because I believe
from wrong, but certainly when you see people this young, at age 22, this is the most difficult population to treat, and quite often they fall through the
churches. Bring all that crap. People believing all that God crap
because they may not be dangerous enough.
United States is a Christ-psychotic infected nation.
And all of that is going to be coming out. Jeff Gardier, we're going to have you stand.
Look at this imbecile.
We're going to be coming to you.
This guy's psychologist.
Our breaking news.
evaluation and treatment. It's not up to the police to do this. It's up to...
They get the crisis in churches.
And that assumes that...
Why don't they go over there and check it out? You know, friends, I have so many files in my wrist, tons of them, that connects religious beliefs as a form of a schizophrenia, a neurological disorder, a psychopathy. Tons of files from ancient times, because everything is created in the brain and Americans don't see it, and church are responsible. And clueless, blind, healthy, mentally healthy, atheists, scientists, intellectuals don't see it. That's what Neil deGrasse Tyson should say in Cosmos. Everybody should watch Cosmos. All the churches, imbeciles, all these people, forced to watch them. Mandatory. The whole Congress, watch Cosmos. Everyone, watch Cosmos. Mandatory. Especially the Congress, the Senate, all the imbeciles. Everybody, in churches, every Sunday, watch Cosmos. Learn reality. And I will show you a few samples of ChristPsychosis. Look at this. Teenage crucified in France. We are born without belief of any kind, navigating in between a world of reality, which is based science, and religious psychosis, which is delusions and fantasies and all of that, which encompasses schizophrenia, neurological disorders, because there is no difference between the neurological, the beliefs, the hypophoba, imaginary friends or foe, irrational belief accesses in containing all the schizophrenias, as all the bizarre and magical beliefs contained in all religions' beliefs. It is a psychosis. Accepted.
He posted was in fact the exact day before this happened. Lou, 20 seconds, last word. What is your thought?
They don't see the elephant in the room.
Family is they should have gone to court to have him remanded.
Mental illness of Christianity.
That's in place. It's not up to the police department to take your children off the street. If you feel your children are really a threat and they need to be taken off the street, you go to court.
Yes, everybody that believes in some big God that said with blood should be taken off the streets. All the Christians put in mental institutions. And this is a problem. And you see here, the moment that you believe in these things, they are all brought up by Christianity. 1700 years of teaching in the Bible crap, which are nothing but mythologies, and this is what happens. People take this as reality. They're killing witches over there, they're burning them. But witches come from Christianity. It's a ChristPsychosis. And they burn kids, and they burn things because they are the Antichrist, and they fight each other, and they kill the Jews because they killed Christ, like Nazi Christian Germany. And this mother just chopped this kid's members. Incredible, because God told her to do that. And Andrea Yates and neurologists like this imbecile in CNN, they think they don't talk about the Christianity, the way the people are brought up. The kids are brought up in Christian home, in a Christianity-infected nation, with churches all over the place, infecting everybody. It is absolutely disgusting. And these kids were killed because of the rapture, and nobody says anything about it. And they all talk about shootings and about the problems with the mental problems in the United States of America. They never look at the elephant in the room, which are nothing but the churches. That with all that Bible crap, they create intolerance, homophobia, immorality, and crazy thinking. And they're anti-science pieces of shit, and they're all over in the Senate and in the Congress. They don't believe in, they don't accept science, the reality of science. That's the reason they should watch Cosmos. They have no idea about the problem that we have with this climate change and the global warming, which is a reality because we have done it. We are crazy people, crazy apes, psychotic. Here they're burning gays over there in Uganda.
In Isla Vista, California right now. And Kim, we now have the family confirming that the young man's name is Elliot Roger. What else are you learning? Sorority girls, all these girls who he believed had allegedly rebuffed him by not dating him, by not showing him any love. Possibly members of a sorority, any of the victims?
First place he chose to go to hurt some people was a sorority. We posted yesterday. The most alarming ones, the frightening ones were posted yesterday.
Psychotics will understand that sex, orgasm, was healthy, was an act of the gods, and was sacred. This is what they don't understand. And 1700 years ago, Christianity created
everything is sin and disgusting and all that and a sin. And this is the problem. And also they use entheogens, drugs. And here you can see drugs can dilate your pupils, but also neurological disorders like schizophrenia. It does that. You look at all this, the shooter of the 26 kids, and look at the expression of this ChristPsychotic imbeciles in Congress. And this is all thanks to ChristPsychosis, to a schizophrenia type disorder. It's all reflected in the eyes. You can see these people that are crazy by the eyes. In ancient times, they used entheogens dilating your pupils, and it was due to the drugs. But in this case, it's due to a psychosis, to a schizophrenia type disorder, a bipolar person, you know, all that. Here I'm mimicking an ancient 4,000-year-old Babylonian that you see the eyes. They're taking datura flowers. All the priests ingested entheogens to be able to see the gods, as you can see here. It is obvious. This is what happens. But in today, a person with a faulty brain, with a defective neural array and cognition deficits will experience this schizophrenia type disorder.
An attorney told reporters, based on what police have told the family, 22-year-old Elliot Rogers believed to be the gunman. Police.
It's the day of retribution. The day in which I will have my revenge against humanity.
Gordia is back with me, and Jeff, I want to get to this because according to the family attorney, Alan Schiffman, who said that the family believes that yes, the gunman is their son.
What happened right now, one can only imagine this family knows that their child is very disturbed. Probably saying they went to the police because they knew he was a danger to others, possibly a danger to himself. We see this happen every single day where parents pull their hair out literally because they cannot get their kids hospitalized because they're not deemed either by law enforcement, I don't know what this situation is, let me put that out there, right, either by law enforcement or the medical community, that they are enough of a danger to themselves or others. Like there is a disconnect here, something fell through the safety net that's supposed to be there.
But they went to the police.
It may tell us, again, we don't know, but I've seen these sorts of situations. You cannot get your child hospitalized, you can't get the proper medical, psychological care, so you go to the police because that is the technique that you use in order to...
See, this is the problem. This man is always brought up by CNN and is a forensic psychologist. The man is clueless in the way of psychology, neurology and all that. And the reason is why he doesn't understand that he is in a ChristPsychosis infected nation. See, there are churches everywhere. Everybody abides by this psychosis, this schizophrenia type of teachings, of beliefs. And it all induces morality. There are laws, you know, everything, a lot of things are illegal. Prostitution is illegal. They believe in the resurrected zombie that said with blood. They all abide by the Bible because in a way, United States is a ChristPsychosis infected nation. They have churches everywhere. And they keep infecting the minor children and the parents and all that. So these kids are brought up like that. They're brought up in this morality. One man, one wife, God says so, the Bible says so, and this is constantly brainwash Americans with this crap. And in the Constitution, and God is great, and the God is, God bless America, and the Constitution, the Supreme Court of the United States believe in demonic possession. There's Christian channels all over the place. They're constantly. The laws are based in Christianity. They're all in this Christian crap from the Bible. And this is what this guy doesn't see. He doesn't understand it. And sex is bad and it's evil, and no sex before marriage, and marriage between a man and a woman, and men also supposed to have one woman, and you're supposed to drink beer or anything like that. You have to be 21 years old. Pot is really awful. It's like worse than cocaine, and etc., etc. And these are laws that are important because they're induced by ChristPsychosis. See, the ChristPsychosis is everywhere. It's in the air in America, everywhere. And this is what this guy doesn't understand it. Schizophrenia is the acceptance of FOFIBA. It is the acceptance of imaginary friends, of delusions, of things, and they're all in the brain, and they accept it as your reality. That includes space aliens, it includes all the conspiracy theories you see around, and this is a panic, and it's all connected with what? Depression, bipolar disorder, and all that. Depression, bipolar disorder, you feel like you're evil, you feel like you're bad, you feel that women don't like you, and all that stuff is all inculcated because of the religious upbringing of the parents, which is Christianity. And a lot of thoughts are a sin, and you don't supposed to masturbate because it's a sin. There's no sex education in schools. So this gets brought up in these families, and they might call themselves atheists. Oh, they don't believe in God. But regardless, they're constantly flooded by this Christian crap all over the place. In the laws, the police officers are Christ-psychotic infected imbeciles. The judges are even their doctors are Christ-psychotic infected. And they pray, and then you have the Congress infected. Everybody's infected. In the schools, even though they don't have religion right there, but they have all these religious lunatics, these Christ-psychotic infected imbeciles attending classes with these people. And they induce this psychosis, delusion, psychopathy, this morality, which is no morality. Because it's all based on anti-sex, anti-gay intolerance, kill the Jews, because they killed Christ. Look at what happened in Nazi Germany. Christian infected Germany. Look at what happened in Saudi Arabia. It's all this Islam psychosis. You know, Sharia law and all that stuff, they're in control. And these people are in control. In England, Christ psychosis infected England, the Queen of England is the head of the church. It's like the Pope of the whole country. And the whole thing started since Protestant Reformation by Luther by Henry VIII, when he wanted to be divorced. He was a defender of the faith and Catholic, means universal, by the way. So this is the thing. And this idiot doesn't see that. There's Brigham Young University. These people believing in, the Mormons believe in the planet Kolob and the golden plates and all these many wives and all this crap. I mean, it is there. I mean, it's a psychosis, people. We're in the 21st century. We are not in the 4th. And all these churches, they keep people retarded. They feel people make them feel guilty. And these kids feel inadequate. And he feel depressed because we all get horny. God is cock. In other words, our creator is the penis of our dads. We have libido. We have desire, sexual desire, which is normal. But according to the Christ psychosis infected imbeciles, it's a sin. And it's bad. And a man and a woman, and not a man and man, and no sex before marriage, and the marriage crap, and all this bullshit. And this is it gives you depression. And this imbecile doesn't understand it. So-called neurologists, and everybody's like that. Dr. Piskett is the same way. It's another idiot. The 12-step program, alcoholic, it's thanks to these Christian imbeciles. The creator of Kellogg's cornflake was a Christ-psychotic infected imbecile. Kellogg's, he created these cornflakes to prevent little boys from masturbating and being horny. That's your Kellogg's cornflakes for you. That's where it comes from. Read it. Look it up. So this is the biggest problem, and this imbecile doesn't see it. So if the guy feels depressed, there is no prostitution homes. He could have, if he was mentally healthy and atheist with science all over the place, teaching him science, teaching him the story of the world, teaching him about how religious and schizophrenia are the same thing, is a very much of a disorder, it's just crazy thinking, and this is taught in the school, you won't see these shootings. Because, you know, if he gets horny and he wants to have something, he just forget about the girls won't even care. The girls will have many guys too if they want to, because it's normal. It's in nature. If the guy likes to have mess around with his friend like in ancient Rome and all that stuff, it is in nature. Homosexuality is in nature. We're all bisexual by nature. We have these little tits around here. So that's normal. But see, if people feel guilty, feel depressed, he said that women don't like him, and he hates people because he has bipolar, he has all these things from his childhood brought up in a Christ psychosis infected home. He feels inadequate. People don't like him, even though he's driving a BMW. His parents are probably very wealthy. But you see what I mean? And this is the great, and this imbecile doesn't understand it. You cannot separate depression, psychosis, schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, bipolar disorder from religious beliefs. You can't. It's the same thing. In other words, religion is one of the schizophrenias, because there are many. This idea of, to him, to this idiot, believing that a zombie resurrect and saved with blood for sin of a madman and a real woman when they accepted a fruit from a talking snake, to him this is Christianity, which is Christianity. This is perfectly normal thinking. And they try to separate the religious, crazy beliefs, psychotic, sadomasochistic beliefs, separate that from schizophrenia. You cannot. See, and it's like schizophrenia. Not everybody is violent and all that when you have schizophrenia, but you have these weird beliefs, these false beliefs, irrational beliefs in the neural array. And you hear voices, you feel like that, you feel like, and sometimes you're not even diagnosed. But you have the feeling, oh, I myself, I'm an alien, perhaps I'm an alien, I feel this, I was abducted. And then you have false memories. Oh God, my parents raped me when I was younger, my mother molested me and didn't molest me. And you believe that it happened, it never happened. But these imbeciles like that believe it happened. You see? Because he doesn't understand that. He takes for granted the thing that he was the result of coitus. When the penis of his dad spit sperm, DNA into his mom, and then 9 months later his brain came out with no belief, none, subject to navigate the planet with the 5 senses. This is not the only neurologist infected imbecile around. The guy's an imbecile. So this is, you have to really connect religious belief for the schizophrenia it is, and close down the churches. You have these Bibles, many Bibles, and they are all books of mythologies. And the ChristPsychotic infected imbeciles get pissed off if they are put in a mythology section, along with the Iliad, the Papal Vu, and the other mythologies, the Greek mythology. And these are moronic imbeciles. 2 + 2 = 4. Not any number these ChristPsychotic infected imbeciles, deluded schizophrenics, think it is. No. And mentally healthy atheists, they don't see it. This is the problem. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I always tell facts, because I have a very fine-tuned brain. I'm very healthy, mentally healthy. In other words, I'm an atheist. A without Theos means God or Ifofiba or crap like that. In other words, when the brain has no belief in Ifofiba or imaginary friends or God and all that crap, means that the person is sane, is healthy. And we create thinking with our brains. Not the heart, not the liver, not anything except the brain. Sick brains, malfunctioning brains that suffer trauma, all that, can only produce malfunctioning, disconnected, irrational thinking. All religions have it, as well as many neurological disorders. So, that's the truth. Enjoy it, my friends. Put all the Christian imbeciles in asylums they belong. All of them.